A gamer discovers D&D videos on YouTube and finds it an incredible resource. Hey everybody, I'm Matt Colville. Today I wanted to do a video on parody. And what do I mean by parody? Well, parody in a D&D fashion is anything that your players might recognize but your characters don't. And you can have parody in a lot of different aspects of the game, from NPCs to weapons to dungeons. So how would we go about doing this actually? Well, let's take NPCs to start. Perhaps your players need to book passage to an island, and so they get on a boat. Now this could be just a boat with a regular crew, or we could model the entire boat off of, I don't know, Star Trek, the original series. Captain Jimmy Kirk with his first-in-command, Lieutenant Spork. Their communications officer, a female wizard with spells of tongues and sending. My example above might be a little extreme or just a little too forward, although I do believe many people at your table would find it funny. For those gamers who aren't into hilarious Star Trek references, a more subdued parody might be in order. Perhaps that new NPC your players ran into is a one-handed blade warlock with levitation powers, mind reading, and creates a sword made out of light. He's on a mission in the desert to save his friend who is captured in a holding spell. But let's shift away from NPCs and move on to weapons. How can you use parody in weapons? Well, that +1 scimitar your players found might be more interesting if it had a creative backstory. So let's name it A sharp and give it a matching dagger of B flat. Now when the two blades hit each other, music comes from the vibrations of the metal. All of a sudden your PCs can start asking some questions. Where did these weapons come from? Why do they have the magical properties that they have? Who made them? And finally, dungeons. Dungeons can be a little tricky, but again, we just need to think of parody as something that your players know but your characters will not know. So the PCs navigate a dungeon, let's say, and they go through a mysterious old temple, lots of traps. And at the center of the dungeon, they find a mysterious golden idol. And when they pick up that idol, you know, now that I make this video, I realize that parody might not be for everybody. There are those players that really want to be immersed in their world, and doing something like an Indiana Jones parody might take them out of that world and make them upset. But I truly believe that a little joke here and there can really keep players engaged and entertained. Maybe you need just a little subtle puns here and there, like your evil wizard could be from the ITT Magical Institute. The local cobbler in town could be an orc named Ugg, and everybody loves his Ugg boots. Perhaps there's a gnome in town named Glump who runs a flower shop, Florist Glump. Recently in a game that I was running, I being Matt Colville, hello, PCs ran into 5 rival adventurers. They were all rangers with magical medallions that allowed them to polymorph into animals. They were angry at my PCs for trespassing in their woods, and so they got into a fight. And what did these rangers call themselves? Well, they were the Mighty Morphin Rangers of Power, because they had magical medallions that allowed them to transform into animals. As always, I don't run advertisements on my videos, nor do I have a Patreon, but if you want to support the channel, I am an independent fantasy author. You can purchase one of my books there on Amazon, links in the doobly-doo. I want to make some more videos, but again, I'm very busy here at Turtle Rock Studios. I hope to be behind the camera some more. Until then, peace out.